Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to Sofa. So this video is all about confidence and how to be confident, and I feel like I could really make this video for you guys because I have really improved a lot with this over the past few years of my life, and honestly in the past few months as well. I've improved with this significantly, and I want to share my thoughts and my advice. Obviously, please do remember that this is just my humble opinion. What has worked for me, everybody's super different with this, and everybody has their own strategies and ways of doing things, alright? By the way, if I talk weird, it's because I have retainers and I have these very uncomfortable huge hooks on my teeth that are glued on that make it very uncomfortable for me to move my mouth a certain way. So let's not judge, okay? This is why I'm talking weird, okay? The first question that you need to ask yourself is, what can you do in your 3D world in order to become the best version of yourself? I feel like this is really important. Confidence is definitely like a lot of it's mindset, but I also feel like actually doing things with your life, because mindset is not enough in my opinion. I think you actually need to do things in your 3D world in order to show yourself that you are capable of achieving goals. And that's exactly why this relates to confidence, because you are showing yourself pretty much that you are capable of improving yourself, okay? That could mean like you starting to go to the gym like once a week, right? Starting small, just like going to the gym, just like the physical act. Like if that's something that's difficult for you to do, which by the way, relatable, and just setting that goal of going to the gym once a week and actually going through with that is going to make you feel much better about yourself. And that's just a really motivating factor, because if you can do that, then what else can you do? And you could do so many of those things to improve your life. So let's take this gym example, all right? Like if we're being real here, like are you going to become physically fit if you lounge around on the couch all day eating hot Cheetos? Okay, the answer is no. The answer is no. You're not going to become fit. So a big part of this is being real with yourself and just stop the slack, okay? Like this is, I mean, it literally means like actually doing things in your 3D and like getting over if you have any laziness or like unmotivatedness. Like you really have to push through that. And one thing I will say, personally, this is what I have experienced. Sometimes I just like do stuff, you know, like my mind is telling me no, my brain's telling me no, my body's telling me no, and I'm just like, fuck you, like I'm gonna do it anyway. And that doesn't apply to just the gym, but like cleaning my house as well. Like I hate cleaning, but like I'm just like, damn, like I have to do it, and I force myself to do it even if my brain's telling me no. You gotta challenge yourself as well, okay? I think challenging yourself to do difficult things, I feel like this is something that's difficult because, you know, a lot of it's like challenge and the fear. Like personally, like I don't like doing things that are difficult for me, okay? But honestly, that's more of a reason why I should do more things. As I've already mentioned, like for me, it's like working out. Like personally, like I just hate doing it, okay? But you know what, you guys? I have never left the gym feeling like, wow, I really regret my decision. Like I wish I had never gone to the gym. Like that has never happened, okay? I have always left the gym or left a workout like feeling really good about myself and just feeling really good about what I did. And so it's that short-term sacrifice type of thing where you're like sacrificing maybe like your energy, maybe you don't want to, like I said, you know, like you're just like, oh, I don't want to, but then you do it and you're like, damn, okay, like I really did that. And is you will never grow in life if you're just always like stuck in your comfort zone. If you're always doing the same stuff, you're not really, you know, mentally stimulated. And this relates to confidence because you're not actually doing new things or meeting new people or, you know, trying like something difficult for yourself where you can actually like create a challenge and create a goal at the end of the day. I suggest you do difficult things on purpose. Watch your negative self-talk and your belief system. This is definitely one that I struggled with the most, okay? I'm a big preacher of being real with yourself, okay? Because sometimes I just feel like we're living in la la land sometimes, okay? And I feel like sometimes we just need to cut the crap and just be real with ourselves for a second and be like, okay, damn, this situation is not looking good. Like, you know, this could apply to any area of your life. If you're really looking at yourself from like a third point of view, like third person point of view, and you're just like, wow, like that's not looking too well, that's good. Like those moments, those like real ass moments that you have with yourself, those are good moments. But then the question becomes, what are you gonna do about it? And so my point with that is, I don't think being real with yourself and being real about the situations is negative, okay? It's all about what you're doing about those situations and how you're like taking yourself through something, okay? Because constantly telling yourself that you're a loser and you're not pretty enough and you're not smart enough and you're not strong enough and you're not this or that enough, that's not gonna bring you to the right place. It's not, that's mentally very draining, I think. And also these are beliefs that are probably coming from your subconscious mind, so honestly a lot of this like relates to your subconscious way of thinking, like what your subconscious is producing, because a lot of times we're not even aware of like our self-talk. So really pay attention to your self-talk. And if you find yourself being like really, really negative about yourself and you're just like trash talking yourself all the time, it may be time for you to like reprogram your subconscious mind, okay? Top of that, I do want to mention, if you put 100% effort into everything that you do, you will never leave the situation feeling like, oh, I didn't try my hardest. I didn't try my best. Like, you will leave every situation being like, you know what? I gave it 100%. So regardless of what happens, you're going to be like, I gave that 100%. And you're going to be happy that you did. There's definitely like moments in my life where I have not given 100%, I didn't try hard enough, I didn't do something, and, till this day, I regret that I made those decisions, because I'm like, really, like, I could have tried harder, I could have done this differently. Visualize your highest self and start acting like that version of you. Honestly, a really helpful thing with this is to actually, like, physically write down a list of your highest self. So your dream self, think of your dream self, how you talk, how you act, what kind of experiences you have every day, what kind of friends you have. If you write all of that down, like what kind of a house you want to have, like all that type of stuff, write it down and take a look at the list, and then take a look at yourself. It's probably going to be very different. Okay. I've done this and I've looked at the list and I'm like, wow, I have a long way to go. But this kind of gives you an idea, like a visual print of your goals and what you're striving to be like. Take control of your life, okay? I think like it's really easy, especially as an adult, that you start living in this like loop all the time. You wake up, you shower, you have a cup of coffee, you go to work, you come home from work, you have dinner, you watch Netflix, you go to sleep, and then the next day it's the same entire fucking process again. And as they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results every time. So maybe there's some things that you could do to switch things up in your life a bit, okay? Like literally even like the smallest things, okay? Like maybe instead of having that cup of coffee in the morning, you could have a glass of water instead, or you could do some, jump roping instead to get those energy levels way up. Maybe instead of watching TV after work, watching Netflix, like you could pick up a book that's been sitting on that bookshelf and you could start reading, even if it's like 10 pages. Right, that is still something, you're learning something. I'm not saying TV can't be educational, but like, you guys know what I'm saying. Making small changes like that in your life, especially if you're like living in like a constant loop, like those things are going to make you feel like you have control over your life, because you do have control over your life. But I feel like sometimes people fall into this like hole of like, oh, well, everything's out of my control and I'm just living this same life and there's nothing I can do about it. You create your own reality. Nobody else does. Don't seek outside validation, okay? I feel like this is something that's okay to do, but you have to really watch yourself, because this may be an unpopular opinion, but I really do think that like asking, people who love you, right? Like people who care about you and support you and want to see you grow in life, asking those people their opinions on something. For example, like if you want to, sing, okay, and then you go to your friends and you sing them a song and you ask them like, so how was that? I think having like honest people in your life who are willing to give you feedback on some of the things that you do is really, really good, okay? Like I said, that could be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like other people's feedback for some things is really good to have, okay? But with that being said, there are people who don't want to see you win. Okay, there are people who are naysayers and they don't care to see you succeed in anything. One thing that I have learned in my life so far is that some people will just always have shit to say. Okay, it doesn't matter how good you do. It doesn't matter what kind of levels you reach. These people will always have shit to say because they're just a bunch of fucking haters, all right? I'll give you an example. There was this like cartoon drawing that I saw on Instagram. I'm not really sure who like came up with it or something. But basically it was a man and a woman on a donkey, okay? And then there's just two people watching this man and woman on a donkey. In the first picture, those people were looking at the man and the woman and they were being like, oh, poor donkey. Like, how selfish of those people to be riding on that donkey. The second picture was just the man on his donkey and the wife was walking right next to him, and the people were saying, wow, how rude of that man to be the one that's on the donkey and let his wife walk like that. The third picture was just the wife on the donkey, and the people were saying, oh, like, how rude is it of that man to just let his wife be alone like that on the donkey. And then the fourth picture was the man and the woman walking together, just walking the donkey. They're not on it. And the people were saying, wow, like they're so dumb. They're not even utilizing the donkey. So the point of that is that people will just always have something to say no matter what you do. So sometimes, you know, you just have to say, fuck you, and keep doing your thing. Surround yourself with positive people who want to uplift you. Now, again, I want to stress this, okay? Like, you want people who are real with you, okay? You want people in your life who are willing to give you constructive criticism when needed, but there's a difference between that and like toxic people. I've definitely felt this in my own life, especially physically being around other people. I think like just like being around other people physically, obviously like you feel other people's energies and all that. And like I've experienced this in my own life where like some people I would like be around them physically and I'm just like, I felt so drained afterwards, like energetically drained. If you don't feel like you actually learned something from someone or benefited anything from someone, right? And I don't mean benefited like getting money or something from that person, like not like that, but if you're like hanging out with a person and you're not even having like a good time energetically speaking, stay away from that person. We don't need no more toxic people. We don't need any more toxicity, okay? We're done with that in 2023. Be grateful for life's blessings. It's super easy to get caught up in the things that we don't have, okay? And this is normal, okay? Because human beings are meant to want more. Like, we always want more. Like, even if we achieve a goal, right? We're like thinking, okay, yeah, I achieved that, yay me. Like, but what's the next step? What's the next goal? Like, where am I going next, right? Now I want more. And this is really good, right? Because once you reach a goal, now you want to set a higher goal. That's great. But I feel like sometimes we just don't give ourselves enough credit for stuff. So take a moment throughout the days to reflect and think back on the things that you're grateful for, okay? If you can't do this every day, maybe even once a week, you could also get a gratitude journal to help you out. There's so many amazing ones out there. I have some of them and it's really helped me like have more perspective. Like, I have a gratitude journal that actually gives me prompts. So it's like, I am thankful for the sun because, and I like write down a whole page of shit. I write down all the reasons why I'm grateful for the sun. And then I look back and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that I'm that grateful for all these things, but like, I am. And it's really good to put yourself in that headspace and that mindset because we do truly take a lot of things for granted. And this is just not something that we really realize on the day-to-day life. But even just like being grateful for having the ability to have the energy to get up in the morning and like do something like that is something that I feel like a lot of people like overlook. Or just health. I think health for me personally is a really big one because if you take away health from a person, I feel like that's like the worst thing. So like honestly, being grateful for health for me personally, that's just like my biggest thing that I'm grateful for. But regardless, there is always something to be grateful for, even in the shittiest situations. You guys, I promise, I've been there. I know sometimes a situation can be so bad and you might be thinking, where the fuck am I supposed to find positivity in this? Like, where the hell? Like, there's no way. But trust me, if you look at a situation from a different perspective, if you look at a situation and think to yourself, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I gain from this? Right? If you look at it from that point of view, it becomes a lot easier for you to be grateful for that situation. But yeah, you guys, that is my video, tips on how to be more confident. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And I don't know why I just winked when I did that. I guess. Give me a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know what other videos you guys want me to make, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.